Welcome to Skippable News, where you can skip to the parts you want by going to the menu in the description below, or via the progress bar. Watching at home on television via satellite or maybe cable, welcome to Non-Skippable News. This is the February 4th, 2022 edition. I'm Jason Brown.
I'm Jimmy T.
And here's this week's top stories. We had Coach Addie Myers in the studio talking about Bishop Union High School's cheer team. They won the Wildcat Cheer Champion. That's going to be exciting. We had Northern Inyo Hospital in talking about their new diabetes prevention program. Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association with more on the Winter Adventure Series. We had Fred Rowe with the Fishing Report. Laughing Parrot Productions reviews that movie, Moonfall, out now to go see at Bishop Twin Theater. Talk a little bit about my COVID experience. And there you go, Jimmy. We also have the weather, butthurt comment of the week, and not much more after that. We are missing the picture of the week, and that's because no one sent a picture. Send a picture to news@laughing-parrot.com. Love to get your picture on for picture of the week. We did have quite a bit of response for people wanting to eat pizza with us. So I think we found everybody that we need to do that. Hopefully that will be coming at the end of this month or the 1st of March with the Who's Got the Best Pizza in Town. Anyway, Jimmy, tell us about the Bishop Union High School.
Coach Addie Myers is an amazing cheerleader coach, and she led the team to a win at the Wildcat Invitational. Let's go to that video.
Cool.
Welcome to Skippable News Sports. I'm Jimmy T. This is Coach Addie Meyer. This is Captain Jade Scott. This is Captain Will Hennerty. How are you doing today, Will?
I'm really mad, Jimmy.
Why are you mad, Will?
Because our spotter and my cousin and one of my best friends decided to flake out on us. On purpose. Well, like a month and a half ago, my mom sent me a link to the Weaver Invitational, and we were going to a clinic there like 3 weeks before anyway, so I'm like, might as well try it out. You know, me and Jay have never competed before, but we saw Partner Stunt, and we just happened to do Partner Stunt. We love the school, and we love the team, so we thought we might as well try it out.
So it was all your impetus.
Yeah.
Tell us, Jade, what happened?
When we got there?
Yes, what happened when you got there?
So, well, we had like a certain setup or like warm-up time, and we had to go up there. There's a separate, so there's the event center and a separate field house where we had to warm up. And we had about a 30-minute slot. And it was pretty nerve-wracking because it was our first, competition. But, yeah, we actually hit our routine like 15 minutes before we went on. And then once we got over there, it was definitely scary. There were more people there than we thought, but it was cool. There were some people that we had already known that were on the team there who were there to lead us out of the tunnel and everything, so it was pretty cool. We knew that we were definitely going to get
Not last.
up there. Yeah, not last, because there were a few routines that definitely did not hit as well as ours did. But we did have to wait a few hours for actual awards, because we weren't too sure.
Now, what was your reaction when you found out that you had a banner to bring home?
I remember my exact reaction. They announced second place, and I'm pretty sure it was Ogden High School. And I looked at Jay, and I started shaking her knees really violently, but not like in a mean way. And Matt Torres, who we did a private with the night before, him and his partner Elsa, they won the UCA National Championship like a couple weeks ago. And they were really helpful with us. So he walked over and he actually like grabbed my hand and picked me up. And we weren't supposed to really get up. So I got up and started yelling a lot and like doing like the whole woo kind of thing. And then they handed us the banner and we kind of just freaked out for a while.
Awesome. What was your reaction?
Well, I don't know. I kind of had
Bruises?
close to the same reaction. No, I don't think I had bruises, but I definitely did jump up after him, after Matt pulled him up. I don't really remember too much of it, but there is a video of it somewhere. But
Now, for just a moment, Addie.
Yeah.
How long have you been coaching cheer?
I have been coaching cheer. This is my 4th year, about to go into my 5th year.
How many banners have you brought home?
That is number 1. Yeah.
So you're proud of these two young people?
Absolutely, I am.
Awesome. Good. What are your plans after high school?
well, hopefully, I'm probably going to go back to the same school, Weber College, Weber University, and hopefully make the cheer team there. But I do have other backup schools. Most of them I will be going to for cheer if I decide on them.
Yes, Will? You say? And you?
You
college
know,
after?
honestly, Weaver's the goal. Go there because they're the best in the country. There's no one better than them, and naturally, when you're good at something and you want to be better at it, you want to go to where the best people are. So I might as well shoot for the top one and see if I can get there, and if I don't, then I'll get there the next year.
Awesome. Addie, do you have any last words for your multinational audience?
I'm super proud of them, and I just want to thank the rest of the team for supporting these guys and all of their parents and everybody that supports our team.
Jade?
Just thank you to my parents and Matt and Elsa and the whole team and just all my coaches. They're amazing.
Will?
Yeah, thanks to my parents, my aunt for coming out, Isaiah for spotting, Matt and Elsa for all the help, the teammates, Addie, Owen, of course Jade, because I couldn't do without Jade. Just everybody that was there.
Wow. Congratulations, Bishop Union High School cheer team. That is awesome. Hey, diabetes, no laughing matter here. I know people that have it. It's a problem in our community. Matter of fact, it's a problem all across the United States, if not the world. But Northern Inyo Hospital is trying to do something about it. They have this really cool program. It's for pre-diabetics. If you're not a diabetic or you're not a pre-diabetic, still encourage you to watch this because maybe you could find somebody or know somebody that could use this information. Let's go to the interview. I'm Jason Brown with Skippable News, Laughing Parrot Productions, Sierra Wave Media. I'm sitting here with Lindsay Hughes and Elizabeth Hahn. We just got done talking about the healthy lifestyle talk that they had on Wednesday, January 27th. If you weren't a part of that, it was on Zoom. It's recorded. Provide you a link to go see it. Definitely worth watching. If you take a little bit extra minute and send them your email address, they'll send you some really good recipes for helping you manage diabetes. But above and beyond that, today we're also talking about a new program that you're implementing on diabetes prevention. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So it's a year-long program. The first 6 months we meet once per week and they're hour-long sessions. The second 6 months we'll meet once or twice a month. Every week we talk about different topics. So nutrition, portion control, stress management, exercise. Yeah, that's a big component. Weight management. So there's lots of different topics that we go over all throughout the year.
Okay. Now you said it's a year-long program.
Right.
You said you just said you meet weekly.
For the first 6 months.
For the first 6 months. How long is that commitment of time for those meetings? Are they an hour, 2 hours, all day?
It's only an hour long, so
Okay.
it'll be Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay, sounds good. What are the requirements for someone who might want to be a participant?
Yeah, so there are very particular requirements. You have to be at least 18. You cannot have a previous diagnosis of type 1 or type 2 diabetes. This is for patients or clients that have a diagnosis of pre-diabetes because it is a prevention program.
Okay.
You can also have a previous diagnosis of gestational diabetes, but you cannot be pregnant or get pregnant during the program.
Oh, so that would be good for like my daughter, abstinence program, become a part of the diabetes prevention issue. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not allowed to get pregnant. Anyway, what would be a pre-diabetic?
So there's certain lab values that you do have to fall within, and so you can get that information from your primary physician. There's 3 different lab tests that they look at, depending on which test that they give you.
Okay, so how about those who don't qualify? Can they still participate in some way?
Absolutely. I would encourage, even if you have a diagnosis of diabetes, would love for you to participate. It just won't be covered under insurance, so there will be a cash pay option. You can do $10 per class, or you can pay $200 for the whole year long.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very affordable. How do people sign up?
Contact me directly, so we can share my email.
Yeah, we'll put it right here on the screen.
Perfect. Or call
We'll
direct.
put that on the screen too.
Okay. Yeah. So I will be taking the signups. Would love to hear from you
And when do they need to sign up by?
as soon as possible.
Okay,
So
but when does it start?
it's supposed to start February 3rd,
Ooh,
but
wow.
depending on how many people we get signed up, we may push it forward. So those who do sign up with me, I will keep you informed of the actual start date.
Okay, so I encourage you, if you're pre-diabetic, get out there, sign up for this. It's covered by your insurance once a week for 6 weeks. For 6 months. What happens after the 6 months? How long does it?
1 to 2 times per month.
Okay, 1 to 2 times per month, and you can't get pregnant. So that's very important to keep in mind, right?
It's great birth control.
It's a great birth control program. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch. Go on out there to her email or her phone number, contact Lindsay Hughes about that today. Get signed up for her class.
Control your diabetes and live.
That's right.
This week, Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association showed up with Jeff Gabriel. It's a quickie. Let's go.
I'm Jeff Gabriel with the Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association, and today I have Savannah and Tim, our Claiming Rangers. But before we get into the Claiming Ranger program, I want to talk a little bit about our Venture Series that we have going on every Thursday evening. On February 10th at 6 o'clock p.m., we have Rhonda Kauk, who is going to be from the Mono Lake Tribe, talking about their tradition of the indigenous tribe there around the Mono Lake community and how they interact in modern times. So a great program then that's going to be happening on February 10th at 6 o'clock p.m. And again, it'll be starting at the Visitors Center and then moving over at 7 o'clock when the program starts at the Mono Ranger Stations Theater. If you can join us that Thursday evening, we ask the cost is $15 for that program. And it has been going on for about 6 Thursdays, so this will be one of the Thursdays of the program. So hope to see you there on Thursday, February 10th, starting at 6 o'clock. I am Jeff Gabriel with the Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association.
Hey, wow, Winter Adventure Series, be a part of it. Hey, if you saw the 2 other individuals that were sitting there with Jeff, they are our new Rangers, and we have an interview with them that we'll be playing next week. Come back for that. But now, more about outdoors.
Hello, I'm Fred Rowe from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I teach, guide, write, and lecture on fly fishing in the Eastern Sierra since 1982. Let's get to this week's fly fishing report. Weather's always the factor in winter. Right now, the only thing we really have to worry about is wind. If you're picking a windy day, it's just going to be hard to fish out there. Otherwise, we're in a period of sunny, warm weather, and things are great. Well, let's talk about the Long Valley area, Hot Creek and the Upper Owens. Access has been the issue up there, but with the warm weather and a number of people going in and out of there, the trails are all packed down, and it's easy to walk in and out with your boots and your waders. Hot Creek in the interpretive side is the easiest place to access. Hot Creek Canyon, a little harder to access. Both are fishing really good. In the interpretive side, mostly dry flies with midget patterns. Starting out in the morning, we're fishing with Griffith's gnats, and then I'm switching over to BUHS midget merger patterns as the hatch really comes on. If you're fishing down in the canyon, I would be fishing with midge nymphs under a dry fly. I use a size 16 Adams parachute. For the midges, I'm using the standard tiger midges and zebra midges. I'm also using semi-new patterns, the Manhattan midge and the secret midge, to imitate the midges that are pupating and coming up to hatch. Okay, over to the Upper Owens River. Access, you got to walk in. You can ski in, you can snowmobile in, or you can cross-country ski in. But you got to be able to get up a mile or 2 to get to where the fish are above Benton Crossing Bridge. Once you're there, fishing's been fairly straightforward and simple. Euro nymphing is my preferred method up there, but fishing on an indicator works well. I like fishing more bigger nymphs in there, so I'm fishing the size 12 stoner and the size 12 green and gold wire prince nymph in there. And I'm fishing them in the deeper pockets, runs, and under the cut banks where the bigger fish are resting and are feeding. 2 to 5 fish a day up there is average, and we're getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 25 inch rainbows is what we're catching up there right now. All right, back down to the Owens Valley. The lower Owens River, fishing great. It's 100 CFS. We can wade out there wherever we want. Middle of the day, 11 to 1. There's a little bit of hatch stuff going on. If you're the dry fly purist, you can be fishing blue wing olives and Griffith's gnats and the midge emerger, and you're doing great with those. But for the most part, we're getting all the fish nymphing. We can fish dry on a dropper, fish under an indicator, or fish the Euro style. And the flies we're fishing with are the beadhead flashback pheasant tail and the olive quilted gone. Then over to my favorite, Bishop Creek Canal. It's fishing a little tougher. The water's low and clear. It's starting to get a little bit of fishing pressure, not a lot, but the fish are really skittish and they're not doing great in the afternoon. Again, 11 to 1, best time to fish there. Under a dry fly is the best way to be fishing your nymphs. And again, I'm fishing midge patterns, tiger midges, zebra midges, and then I've been playing around with the Manhattan midge and the secret midge. And that's this week's Fly Fishing Report, brought to you by Sierra Bright Dot, and we can be found on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, Fred. Hey, we got to see Moonfall. That was a good movie, and we have a brief movie review for you to watch on that. Let's go check it out.
Apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
The moon must survive. Everything depends on it.
America can't wait for Moonfall.
Oh, yes.
Looks like we just got an upgrade.
Hi, I'm Jason Brown, and this is Laughing Parrot's review of Moonfall. Sitting next to me here is Chris Langley. Sitting to my other side is Jimmy T. Jimmy, what a movie.
What a movie.
What an experience.
It's a roller coaster. It's a laugh a minute. It's got the emotions of high. It's got the emotions of low.
I'm just glad they based it all on science.
The special effects
If you
are
buy
outstanding.
that, I've got a piece of land to sell you, oceanfront in Arizona. But no, seriously, a laugh-a-minute movie. If you enjoy 2012 or any of those types of disaster movies, this is a movie for you. But I guess, Jimmy, I should let you do your standard questions.
Chris, did you like the movie?
I did.
Jason, did you like the movie?
I liked the movie.
I liked the movie. Chris, would you see it again?
Only to try and separate all the things that happen in it, but probably not otherwise. But you do have to see it in the theater.
You do have to see it.
It's absolutely required because the special effects are.
Oh yeah, any disaster movie doesn't appear well on your 65-inch or whatever size TV you have at home and sound system. The sound, the picture, everything was there. You were going to ask me the same question.
Would you see this again?
Maybe on Netflix. This is the kind of movie that if I was watching through and it said there's like 30 minutes left and it was live, I would probably watch the last 30 minutes for the laughs.
I kind of agree with the gentleman. I would see it again. There's a lot of Easter eggs. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw one out there.
No spoilers.
When you're watching and you see the newspapers on the wall, read the newspapers. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. It was hilarious.
Now, Chris, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Not the credits.
No, I didn't stay for the credits. The moon.
The moon special effects?
Yeah.
I learned a lot about the moon.
The moon is what I always suspected. And you'll have to watch the film to find out what it is and what it isn't. So,
what was your favorite part of the movie?
I actually enjoyed the whole thing. I did walk in a few minutes late, so when the space shuttle was there, you guys heard me dissing on the movie, like, oh, wouldn't they know that these are retired? And then finally Chris leans over and it's like, oh no, actually it said 10 years later. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they had given a date that
that I didn't see. But I enjoyed the whole movie. I mean, it was.
Don't be late.
I would think that the car jumping off of the piece of thing going up into the air, that was my favorite.
No spoilers.
I didn't, did I? I said the car jumping off the thing that was going up in the air.
I actually liked the character arcs. The lead character, he had a character arc that was really good. He had all his lost moment, which is a nice climb out of the depths. His ex-wife had.
Ex-wife, yeah.
His son had a character
There were a
arc.
lot of ex-wives and ex-husbands.
There
in
were.
That
Because that first part of the movie caused so much relationship tension on them.
Yeah.
Ooh, now you want to go see it, huh?
Okay, now, Chris,
Yes.
would you buy this movie?
I might.
Really?
Yeah. Depends how much I pay for it. But I would do it because I'd want to show it to people as a learning experience of how to
not make a film?
How to put 6 movies into one.
Into one movie?
It had almost everything you can imagine, although no viral infections as far as I could tell, right? So every other disaster thing we fear, from tsunamis to nuclear attacks to everything else, was all there.
Just about everything. Yeah.
But somehow you didn't really worry too much about it. And I think parents and kids can go see it together, and the parents can warn the kids, maybe this isn't all hard scientific.
Okay, I gotta cut you off. We gotta come to the end here. We've got 30 seconds. No, I would not buy it.
Please go and see this movie at your historic Bishop Twin Theater. It's
Absolutely.
a big screen adventure. Shut off your brain. Go along for the ride.
I
You
think
will laugh.
teenagers are going to really love this
Yeah, I
movie
do too.
I think this is a really good teen movie. Go out, enjoy yourselves, but it's good for everybody in the family. Go out, see the movie. Really think you'll enjoy it. Support local Bishop Twin Theater, Larry and Holly. Buy some snacks and hang on for the ride, because it's definitely a ride.
Roller coaster.
From beginning to end.
Roller coasters.
We're out. Theater right now this is the time of the year that things are just slow in the movie industry. This is a new movie. Go out and support Bishop Twin Theater. At least go to the matinee, buy some popcorn, buy some candy, buy something to drink. Support them. Keep our theater going. My interview with COVID. It was long. Yeah, you can stop right. It's been quite a few weeks now.
Jason had COVID.
I had COVID. It's been quite a few weeks now. The interview is lengthy, so we're going to put the majority of it up online, but here's the first 6 minutes.
Good morning. This is Chris Langley, and today we're going to be talking with Jason Brown, who is the owner of Laughing Parrot Productions, who puts this on and does a lot of other things as well. But we're good friends, and it turned out 2 weeks ago he was positive for Omicron. And I had never been around someone actually with the disease. So I was interested in that. And I was also interested in how it affected his life and his thinking. And so those are things we're going to explore today. And hopefully you'll find them interesting and instructive as well. Hey, Jason.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Hi, Skippable News audience. I'm great today. Minus a little, I guess they would say, COVID fog.
What does that mean?
COVID fog?
Is that what I'm in every day? Or?
Yeah, you probably for you. Yeah, no. I guess they say, because I was talking with another colleague that like chemo brain. I would assume chemo brain is much worse, but it's just moments where you just can't concentrate or think. And my job and stuff that I do, you know, between JASP and computer repairs and managing all those calls and Laughing Parrot, you really need to be able to multitask. And it makes it very difficult to multitask with the COVID fog, because you'll go from one thing and it's just human nature. Whenever you come back to the next part that you need to work on, it takes you a couple minutes to get back into the role. Well, now you just sit there and go,
Well, when I had my strep infection in my heart and lungs and liver, and I was in the hospital for 2 months, which is right before I met you, I think I experienced that, except one day it was like a fog lifting. And I had this visual image of San Francisco and the fog lifting. And my brain still didn't work very well. It was still confusing. So I was kind of thinking of that.
Yeah.
But you mentioned it. So how did it come about? I mean,
Well,
how did you know you had COVID?
how did I know I had COVID?
And you were tested, I assume.
Right. So on Monday, January 3rd, you know, going back to work, excited, New Year, although New Year's don't mean much to me. It's just another date on the calendar rolling around. But went to my desk, got ready to start with the day, and my wife calls and says, I'm not feeling very well. And I had that next day a job lined up at Northern Inyo Hospital. And I'm like, well, I've got to find out if this is COVID or not.
Oh, so you kind of thought what she's describing might have been COVID.
I thought that because she was exposed twice at work. And so the timing was lining right up. And she knew that too, because she said, I think I might have COVID. So I was in the process of hunting down a test. I even called direct to the hospital, like, how do I do this? You know, I'm supposed to be there tomorrow working with you guys. And my wife potentially has COVID. And even they were like, well, testing's all booked up, this is booked up, clinic's booked up, fair was booked up. I mean, this is at the beginning of the bomb of Omicron.
Right.
And luckily, in contacting friends, was able to get a kit. My wife took it, and sure enough, she was positive. And then immediately, to protect those around me, because I work with the public and wanted to ensure that I was not responsible for bringing COVID into the community. We immediately locked down, just immediately. And the lockdown at that point was, well, obviously we isolated my wife. And then the lockdown was my grandson, Mavi, who's 9.5 months at the time, my son, Ethan, and myself. And we all kind of locked away to compartmentalized ourselves to one side of the house.
In other words, separate from each other? Or?
No, separate from my wife. Separate from Penny, because we knew that she was positive, and we needed to give ourselves time to either see if we had her. And I think the craziest thing is my son and I got the booster shot the same day that my wife tested positive. So
it's a little late.
Right. Regardless, Tuesday was a very miserable day. I just don't do well, guys, with that stuff. And my reaction to the booster shot is just personally something that happens to me. Like if I get a tattoo, and I have quite a few of them, I fever that night. My body just reacts differently. So it went into hyper-aggressive mode. And Tuesday felt like I had meningitis all over again, like when I was in high school. Oh my gosh, to move my eyeballs, and my head was just pounding, my shoulders were tight, felt like vomiting. I mean, like, I didn't have to read the symptoms. I don't read the symptoms until afterwards to go, oh yeah, I had that. Because if you read them beforehand, you're going to get them.
Yes.
So afterwards, I'm like, yeah, I had that. It was just a miserable experience for me. I'm not trying to distract anybody or detour anybody from going to get it, because I know Chris has had his and no negative reaction, and Jimmy has mild reactions. And I even talked to another guy my age, the booster. Yeah, I talked to other people my age, and like, I didn't have anything issues with it. I said, if I wouldn't have any issues with it, I would have no reactions. I'd have no problems taking it. To me, it's just like, oh, I'm going to be down at least a day or two, and it's going to be miserable. It's like, it's not mild sickness to me. It's like, kill me now. Wow, if you could ever get that guy to shut up.
It's enough to give everybody, anyway.
More online, go see it. We'll post it this next week on Tuesday. You can watch the whole interview uninterrupted.
And now the weather. Last week, Bill was a little bit off, like 50%, but
That's
hey.
not too bad.
Not too bad. So here's my prediction for next week. Days, mid-60s, nights, mid-20s, maybe wind.
It's cold right now. I mean, we're in the studio. It's freezing cold. I'm wearing this sweatshirt. It's just freaking cold.
The wind chill factor is about 1,000, maybe 2,000. I'm not sure.
It's cold.
Brisk.
Butthurt coming of the week, people. Butthurt people just dumped their trash along the road, ran out of bags in daylight. Tomorrow's another day. Hey, Mary, thank you for picking up other people's trash and help keeping the Eastern Sierras beautiful. I don't know what to do about it. I don't think we're going to be able to change people's behaviors, and it's just downright sad. But we appreciate people like you. We're making you our citizen of the week. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everyone from Sierra Trash Eliminators, taking care of our valley. Hey, so pick of the week, you want one? We don't have one this week. It's because no one sent us one. News at laughing-parrot.com. Send us your picks. Hey, what's going on with the pizza challenge? Give you a real update. We have quite a few people that are involved. Send us an email if you want to be involved. News at laughing-parrot.com. Pretty much have all the seats filled. It'll be next month or the end of this month. I have somebody that wants to be a part of it. They're going to be gone for 3 weeks. And I definitely want them to participate. So as soon as they get back, we will do the pizza challenge, find out who's got the best pizza in the valley.
But wait, there's more. As you recall from our last exciting episode, we promised you to kill Bill if we got 21 more subscribers. Okay.
I think last week was like 23. We're at 21 now.
We need
so
21.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
And
subscribe to the challenge.
And you suggest how to kill Bill, and we'll do our best to comply.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. News at laughing-parrot.com. Thank you for watching this week's episode. See you next week.